Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. All right, a couple of things. We got a lot of injuries to talk about. I don't know details on all of the injuries, but I know some things about some of the injuries. So first off, there is a report out that Kevin Owens is hurt, and we can confirm that he is hurt. And apparently it's going to be addressed in some form on SmackDown tonight. I don't know if that means he's going to be out of WrestleMania. I don't know the extent of the injury or anything like that, but we're not that far away. And so I'm sure if he's able, he's going to be there. The question is he able? What is the injury? I don't know. I just know he is hurt, and it is possible he will not make WrestleMania. We've also got an injury, multiple injuries in AEW. So Fightful Select reporting Orange Cassidy is hurt, saying it could be a torn pec, not confirmed. So I'm trying to find out more information on that one. And the same with Mark Davis and Jay White, also both apparently injured. And here's what I can tell you about the Jay White one, because I didn't think about this till I was driving this morning for some reason. So Dynamite opens up with the announcement that Jay White is out of the Owen Cup because he has been injured by the Death Riders. And they just announced it. They didn't have any footage or anything like that. So then I hear he's hurt, but no like real specifics or anything like that. So I kind of ask around, and the response that I got was, I don't expect him out long. Okay? So that usually means a broken bone, as opposed to like tearing an ACL, tearing a muscle, etc. You can usually come back from a broken bone, depending on what it is, somewhat quickly. Of course, things can go wrong. But then later I heard it could possibly be his hand. Possibly a broken hand, needs surgery, will be back at some point fairly soon. So, I moved on with my life, did the show and everything like that. And then I was driving today, and I remembered something. So that Collision match, the last match he had was on Collision, and it was with Kevin Knight. And if you remember, like, the match it seemed to go off without a hitch. They finished the match. He did his promo. Like, everything seemed fine. And then we hear on Wednesday he's injured and needs surgery. So I got to thinking about it, like, what the heck happened in that match? And then I remembered, I thought about it in the moment, okay? Yes, I'm pointing, Lance. I'm pointing like this. I thought about this in the moment. So they did a spot, which we talked about on Observer Radio, where Kevin Knight, he's got this big high drop kick, and I'm talking high, where he jumped so high on this drop kick. I think he was excited. It was like his big debut with Jay White on Collision. This dude jumped so high, he jumped over Jay White's head, okay? So I remember Jay White took a bump, and because he jumped over his head, Kevin Knight sort of landed on him a little bit. And I remember as soon as Jay White landed, he like looked over at like his hand, and he kind of moved his hand and wrist around. And I remember thinking, oh my God, is this guy hurt? But then he was covered or whatever, and he kicked out. And then he gets right up, and they start doing spots, and I'm watching him. He grabbed him. He used his hand. So I figured, okay, well, he must be fine. And I just totally forgot about it because there was no indication afterwards that he was hurt. I thought maybe just whatever. Now that I think about it, I think that's where he hurt himself. I'll bet you anything that Kevin Knight jumped over him on the dropkick, fell on him, landed on his hand or wrist, and broke his hand or something. So I think that's what happened with Jay White. So I'm going to go back and watch it again after the show. But that's what I know about that. So if I get anything more on any of these injuries, I'll let you know. But holy smokes, that's a lot of people hurt.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of jumping over someone, I had that happen with my jumping spin kick. I would get enough height that it got to the point where I started clearing Chris Candido so badly. That's when he added to the spot. And if anyone saw Heatwave 98, my match with Chris Candido, I started hitting the jumping spin kick while he was doing a leapfrog so that he could jump up high enough in the air that I could then jump up and kick him.
Wow. Did you watch Dynamite?
No, I don't get Dynamite.
They did a ridiculous spot where
I saw the clip, yeah.
Where Kevin Knight did a drop kick to a guy sitting on another guy's shoulders. And he got so high, he kicked the dude, and then the guy sends him into a reverse Rana. It was very wacky, but holy smokes, that guy can drop kick.
Kevin Knight's got some ups, yes.
Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.